commenting on me comment about license fire. I'm all if I'm illegal gun me up on me police boy, where that have to do with you. If you find him, you pay you off, you go suck your mother. Or if you don't want him money, you lock me up and me do me 15 year and come back a road. You think you can tap me scamming or anything when me do? Me do up a GP on my phone and run off the leads them same way and I do me for do. Me tell you that batty boy. Learn that, me tell you plain. Uno police now save no man. Batty boy when we dead in the pull up. You hear me tell you no? Me don't want to no tell me nothing. I only love you them cause them a scam and you can't get bread from them. Suck out to no mother police boy. Cause you don't love me long time pussy. Remember say a whole heap of video god pussy wanna drape me up and me carry no ga bum buckle. Remember say me no ram for carry no ga in the combatty boy. Cause me can't read and write. I just style me there so I use. Remember good. Remember say we just spell dunce back way because we feel like say you don't fuck up. Don't fuck up. And me have to slap you with the bread. Do not fuck up. You hear me tell you? How are you dog? Don't feel like say man I know rat bat in this friend. Man think force my friend. Para go pray for your mama. Go pray for your mama. Your mama want prayer come in and know when care come here come put in and force your text set pan the people them for. Some I not too disgusting. I wanna go dead.
I heard the sad news of a policeman and his family who was attacked and his wife killed, and I want to send my condolence to that family. I know that the police high command is working on that case, and I have no doubt that those persons who committed that heinous act, that they will see justice and swiftly.
Welcome to True Jamaica Buzz, news and entertainment with a buzz. The voice that you just heard of your Prime Minister was a voice of confidence. After that officer got shot up, his son and wife lost their life based on a car deal gone wrong, said to have been some sort of lottery scamming connection. It was a car deal gone wrong. People take people money, did not want to pay them back, so they decided to hire a hitman. The lady that is said to have been involved, her name is Trafika. She was the one that ordered the hitman. The hitman's name is Romario. Based on the information, it is said that he is a part of a gang known as KDF, Katan Defense Force, Top Junglist Gang, them call it. So we say, whenever the police is dead set on getting rid of criminals, literally, they can actually take them out. Because we've seen it over and over again. Whenever it is a priority death, as in a police, a MP, somebody with significance, the people responsible, directly or indirectly, are always caught. Such is the case in this case. Based on the police information, it is said that two individuals, one known as Zulu, Little Zulu, and the next one known as Frass. One of them is a leader of that group or gang. Notice the name sounds like some sorts of militia gang. The police, based on information, went on a coordinated effort. So the policeman lost his life the night before. Within 24 hours, at about 1 a.m., one in a Montego Bay, and about 5 a.m. again in a Kingston. Coordinated, synchronized operation. Based on the information, it is said that one person was caught, or after he was taken out, he had a Mach 11. He was hiding behind some sorts of tree. Police confront him, you know the result. The next one was caught with an AK-47. So you know, sir, once you get in any confrontation, whether it is in the mind of the police or not, and you lose your life, there is no justification. Indicum needs not apply. No investigation needed. Closed casket, closed case. What bothers me though, like a lot of criminal elements, we've come to realize that it is always repeat offenders. Because based on the information that is out there, that is put out by the police, it is said that these persons read the known gang leader and both of them known hitmen that have multiple cases that should be titled or described as serial takeaway people, contract people. However, these individuals were out on bail. One bust the case because a witness did not show up, so I'm beat it upon a technicality. He was about and roaming the street. So we said to ourselves, then hold on a minute. Oh, so much people wanted Wednesday for years and months, and them can't get catch. But these two individuals, them catch them right away. Well, people, whenever you are reporting on condition of bail, you're gonna need an address so the police knows exactly where to find you, where to locate you, and you have to report probably a couple of times a week, depending on the stipulation of the bail condition. So when you check out this whole thing, I would say Romario is said to be the hitman for hire. Romario was attached to that gang, KDF, and then Trafika was the person that hired her. However, the police go back and them get Little Zulus and Frass. So we say, once you are connected, reprisal, like the criminal them say, if we can't catch Quaco, we catch him short. So it seems as if that appropriately applies when it comes to the police, especially based on information that is out there that this gang have been sending several threats to the police, and the police is now on high alert. So let me ask you a question. So if these people are so dangerous and noted to be hitmen, contract killers, and people that are known to be serial takeaway, how is it that these people apply for a bail and then is granted bail and is allowed to roam the street to do the same thing over and over? That to me is the definition of insanity. That to me says that these judges needs to be investigated. They are a part of the problem, not the solution. Point blank and period. So the next thing that is popping in the news, we saw that Jamaica Labour Party had a big rally in Arthur Square, where the Prime Minister announced the date of election. And we saw during that conference, there were a whole bunch of dub plates being played that was going against the opposition, meaning the PNP. One of the more significant dub plate that was drawn was a dub plate that was drawn by the Minister of Health, Christopher Tufton, with a significant member in the PNP, Mr. KD Knight, saying that Mark Golden does not qualify to be a Prime Minister. I want you to take a look to exactly what the dub plate sounds like when Mr. Christopher Tufton drop it in the head of the PNP, and then I'll give my piece.
We cannot trust them or their leader and that party to take this country forward. We are at a delicate stage. And guess what? I know me say you can't trust them to run Jamaica. And them say so.
Idiot. You have to face reality.
Listen.
You have to face reality. That Mark Golden must never become Prime Minister of Jamaica. These realities must be faced. These are realities. These are realities. Mark Golden must never become Prime Minister of Jamaica.
I want you to take a guess as to who says so. I know me says so. A KD Knight says so. Them say if Frisch go river bottom and tell you say no go down there, don't go down the labor rights.
So people, you heard the dub plates, you heard the voice. If anybody knows about politics and knows about voices, it sounds like KD Knight. It sounds like what he said is damning allegations about Mark Golden being the Prime Minister of Jamaica, leader of the PNP. So therefore, if somebody with power in the party is saying that about the leader of the party, that means that the leader can't too good. However, people, it seems as if that dub plate was not legitimate. The artist that said it probably did not say it in that context. Or maybe it was splice. Maybe it was AI. So like I've always said, for every action, there is sometime not so equal. However, opposite reaction. Because it seems as if the person that was in that dub plate, the artist is saying that a splice, it's splice. He did not make that dub plate. So people, I want you to take a listen, take a look to Mr. KD Knight responding to Dr. Christopher Tufton and his fraudulent dub plate, and then I'll give my piece.
I want to make it abundantly clear that it is a lie and that I have never, ever, neither publicly nor privately, made any comment that Mark Golding is unsuitable to be the Prime Minister of Jamaica. I have never said that because that is not my belief. My fervent belief is that he will make an excellent Prime Minister, one who is honest, reliable, one who, when he makes a declaration to any public body as to his assets and liabilities, will be accurate. Dr. Tufton, you will hear from my lawyers because you have defamed me. And it is not that you have done anything that is not expected. Because when you and your party have reached this desperate position where you now are, the desperation that sets in will cause you to do as you did, resort to lies. And you do so on anyone, including anyone you think is a prominent member of the society whose word means something to the people of Jamaica.
So people, you heard what Mr. KD Knight said. Just like that famous Shaggy song, it was not me. It was splice. It was AI. At best or worst, it was taken out of context. Somebody dubbing Mark Golding's name in a speech that I made. I did not call Mark Golding's name. So therefore, you will have to pay, meaning monetarily, for defamation of character. Especially when you drop the most damning dub plates at that whole conference and have the people them a jump up and a rail up. You got the desired result that you wanted. However, it is going to cost you dearly. So expect my lawyer to contact you or your lawyer. And people, you know that you have big problems when a big-time lawyer such as KD Knight is going to hire the services of our next lawyer. It is problem on top of problem. Point blank and period. So the next thing that is popping in the news, you've heard me said on several occasions, the good that you do, it follows you, and the bad that you do, it comes back and it haunts you. And it seems as if Squash's past over the last decade or so is coming back to haunt him. And this is based on an update that was made by the feds in saying that Squash's indictment or charges could be superseded and extended to more charges. They don't know why the state had dropped a couple of those cases that he had pending. Those cases happened in Orlando one place and the next one somewhere in Florida again, in which Squash was in the vehicle. That vehicle was searched and there were at least 3 fire pieces that were seized. They went to court and I guess the state decided that they were going to drop those cases since the feds was going to come for him. It is said that it is that same vehicle that he was held in on his case that has caused a whole bunch of his problem, the straw that basically broke the camel's back. So that was a case in 2023. There was also a case in 2024, gun-related once again, and we know about the infamous case, the last one, with the chip Glock, where pretty much the feds was watching somebody, and that somebody was under surveillance and squash went by him and was making some sorts of transaction. It seems as if that person might have also set up squash. No evidence to substantiate those claims, but I would not be surprised if that is a fact. So based on what the feds are saying, this man is a criminal element. This man is a part of the six. As a matter of fact, the leader, confirmed leader of the six. This man has been posing on social media for about a decade or so with all sorts of guns. Guns that are in his videos, as in Big Breeze and Shootout. Guns that was found in vehicles with him that can be clearly identified in those music videos. So those music videos and the post that he has made on social media will be used as evidence to make the connection, connect the dots like Tita, Toe, or whatever you want to call it. So the Fed said, them are watching. They've been watching him since 2023, fast forward 2024. And then him still go get himself caught up. He does not learn from his own mistakes. And those mistakes are definitely going to come back and haunt him. Because whenever you see the feds update the information and is asking question, why the state dropped those cases just like that? Is it because they realized that he was going to be turned over to the feds? So the feds, if they are curious and they feel as if they have substantial information, evidence, you know that more than likely they will. They have the manpower, they have the know-how, they have the expertise. So therefore, don't be surprised if you see Squash getting more charges, more time. Because the more charges that they have against him is the more possibility that they can send him away for the rest of his natural life. Where it seems as if that is what they are trying to do, possibly with the aid of the Jamaica government. Point blank and period. So the next thing that is popping in the news, based off that video that you just saw of that 11-year-old that went to his aunt's house to do some extra lessons. When he was finished doing those extra lessons, he was riding on his way back home. He ride around the side of the truck and then he rode out into the road, into an oncoming vehicle, a minibus. That minibus pretty much lick him down, take him out on the spot. The driver of that minibus drove him to the hospital. However, the severity of his injuries, he lost the will to survive. Now, people, when that happened, persons were giving the minibus drivers quotas. Well, at least it was not a hit and run. He actually took the little boy to the hospital. So I give credit where credit is due. However, it seems as if that driver was warned for prosecution, meaning that the police had some sort of evidence that a breach was committed, whether he was speeding, whatever the circumstances are. However, he was released without any sort of bond, awaiting prosecution from the police. Well, people, it seems as if his family members are not satisfied, and on TVJ the other day, they came out and they did a peaceful protest, blocking the road and saying that they want justice. I am going to show you the edited version of those protests. and then I'll give my piece.
We need the police to come talk to it. And we need the guy if we get police and come sympathize with it.
I stand with the family because we are compassionate. We are there to lend a shoulder in this time of bereavement. But we want everything to be transparent. Whatever is happening here now can't bring back Malik. But let the family at least feel that they are getting some justice.
So people, you heard what the family members had to say. They want an apology. They want the driver to come and say what really happened. Give them some insight, make them feel a little better about themselves. Rather than the boy get lit down, the driver went to the police station, drop off the youths at the hospital, went to the police station, was warned for prosecution, was not given any sorts of bail. People, how many times have we seen instances like these where persons are driving like some madbat out of hell, lick down people, take away people, badly injure people? However, them get a slap on the wrist even if that case goes to court. In this case, this man was not even given $1 bail. So people, of course you're going to be upset. Of course you're going to want justice. Such is the case of this family, and justifiably so. Point blank and period. So anyways, people, thanks once again for checking out my video. If you appreciate videos like these, please show your appreciation by liking, commenting, sharing, and subscribing to my channel. That is how YouTube promotes videos like these to like-minded, sensible persons like yourself. Bless up.